and welcome to my channel. So this is my first video on this channel, and in today's video I'm going to show you 10 tips so that you can score better marks in your exams. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So the first tip I'm having for you is that organize your study environment. So let's see that what's the relation between the environment and between preparing for our exams. Okay, so what we have to do is, let's say that you're sitting on your study table. Now, the area around your study table is not clean. It's full of dirt, and your study table is not organized. You're not able to find the things you're looking for. So what will happen then? You will get irritated. And if you get irritated, then you will not get encouragement to study more. My second tip for you is that give yourself enough time to study. So I have seen many students that hurry up at the last minute for preparing their exams. Now I don't suggest that you should do this. Don't leave it until the last minute. What you should do is that you should sort out your time management, and for that you should set up a timetable for your study. Then on the timetable, write down how many exams you have and the days on which you have to sit them. Then organize your study accordingly. Then the next step, which is the third tip for you, is that use visual information. Then the next step, which is the third tip for you, is that use visual information. Now, visual information can be really helpful when you're revising, and I have a suggestion for you, and that is that when you're making your notes, if you make your notes, then you must add visual information in your notes, because if you're making them and you don't add any kind of visual information, then there is no idea of making the notes. So you must add visual information. Now, the fourth tip I have is called summarized topic. So, what you have to do is that at the start of the topic, grab a pen and a piece of paper and write down everything you already know about that specific topic. And then, after writing down the things, when you will once again read that topic, it'll be more interesting to you. The topic will look more interesting to you. Now, the fifth tip is that practice an old exam. So, this is one of the most effective ways to prepare for exam, and is to practice taking past versions. Past versions means the old exams. So, this helps you get used to the format of the questions. And there's a really interesting thing in this tip. If you add, you can become great. It is that if you time yourself, and this thing can also be good practice for making sure that you spend the right amount of time on each section of your exam. Then the sixth tip is that explain your answers to others. So you can actually, your family members who are distracting you, you can make a good use of them. How? Like, you can use them for preparing for your exams. So what you can do is that whatever you have learned, all the information of the topic you have learned, you will explain them to your parents, your brother, your sister, whoever is in your family. You have to explain the information to them. And then there's one more suggestion in this tip, and that is, after you're done with your explanation, Like, as you know, when in class a teacher is done with the teaching, then students ask their doubts. So in the same way, what you have to do is tell your family members that when I'm done with explaining you the topic, if you have any doubt, then you can ask me. So this way, you will have a good kind of practice, and all the information will be stored in your head. The next step, which is the seventh tip, is that organize study groups with friends. So get together with friends for a study session, and you may have questions that they have the answer to, and then they may have questions that you have the answers to. So your this way is will be a really great thing, that your doubts will be cleared, and your head would be okay, that this doubt is cleared and I am clear with this information, no doubt left. And then you will also stay focused with your friends if you organize a study group. The eighth tip, which I think is the really effective tip, is that take regular breaks. Now, you may think that it's best to study for as many hours as possible, but this can actually be unhealthy for your health. For example, let's take an example. If you were training for a marathon, you wouldn't try and run 24 hours a day. So, in the same way, you don't have to study for 24 hours. You have to take breaks in between, because when you learn an information, your mind takes some time to get that information, to make that information stay in your head for a longer time. So it takes some time. The ninth tip I'm having for you is that plan your exam day. So make sure that you get everything ready well in advance of the exam. Don't leave it to the day before to suddenly realize you suddenly realize that don't know the way or what you're supposed to bring. Check all the rules and requirements and plan your route and journey time. If possible, do a test run of the trip. If not, write on clear directions. Work out how long it will take to get there, then add on some extra time. You really don't want to arrive having had to run halfway or feeling frazzled from losing your way. You could also make plans to travel to the exam with friends or classmates, as long as you know they're likely to be punctual. Now, the 10th and the last step of this video is that drink plenty of water. So, as a final tip, remember that being well hydrated is essential for your brain to work at its best place. Make sure you keep drinking plenty of water throughout your revision and also on your exam day. Good luck!